Before Harris was appointed the Democrat nominee, progressive authors released a book revealing severe criticisms from her former staff. The book highlighted her struggle to articulate a coherent political vision, which left many staffers disillusioned. A top aide from her 2020 campaign remarked, "A lot of us on the campaign realized this person should not be president of the United States." Tensions within Harris's campaign were significant, especially between her sister and campaign chair Maya Harris and Juan Rodriguez, her campaign manager. The two operated from separate wings of the headquarters, holding separate meetings, leading to widespread dysfunction and reportedly financial mismanagement. While Harris claimed lack of funds as her reason for exiting the 2020 race, the book suggests that internal chaos and toxicity were also significant factors. In fact, when the state operations manager resigned in November 2019, she wrote a scathing letter stating she'd never seen an organization treat its staff so poorly. The authors argue that these issues of dysfunction and toxicity are a career-long theme that dates back to her tenure as district attorney. As VP, she's faced a staggering 91.5% staff turnover rate, including key figures like her chief of staff, communications director, and national security advisor. This has all fueled speculation about her capacity to maintain a stable team and effectively lead. A senior White House staffer stated, quote, "Kamala's not ready for primetime. She ain't made for this."
To thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Yo, this was bad when Hillary Clinton did it. It's bad when Kamala Harris does it. It's even worse that Kamala Harris is doing this because there's questions about her lineage. This is not the video for that. I want to focus on the fact that, as you saw from the intro, it seems like history is repeating itself. You know what they say, for those who don't study history, they're doomed to repeat it. And it seems like Kamala has not studied her own history. As you saw from the intro, this lady doesn't have a good habits. This is, it's very strong. I think by November, the media is trying desperately to protect her kind of from herself, but they can't do it. They can't do it. It's no good. It's not good. Grows up in Canada with 2 PhD for parents, and she's doing, let me ask y'all a specific question. Specific. I gotta make sure I say it right because she might make me start mispronouncing stuff. Right? This is why let's be real here. This is why the Democrats love censorship. This is her saying that she would censor X if she wins the election.
He has lost his privileges and it should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight.
AKA, we can't filter out what they can't or can't see, what they can't or can't know. You can watch me, and then I'm talking about how climate change is an exaggerated problem. Climate danger should be the barometer we judge climate change by, not by the fact that it's 2 degrees hottest year ever, and it's only like 0.6% of a degree. We shouldn't be freaking out over that. No. She wants us to be able. She wants to have some oversight committee saying, "No, Ken, you're not allowed to say that." When they say regulation, they mean control. Let's control that, because in some form or way, that is what regulation is. But they use better sounding words like regulation. We need to regulate that.
Or regulation, and that has to stop.
Yeah, that you can't have people just freely speaking about Kamala Harris and how her campaign is seemingly unraveling. Her running mate is seen as a, how you call it again? A pathological liar. It is funny. Like, there's people coming out against Tim Walz. Like, I don't understand why she picked him. It goes to show her judgment yet again about who she surrounds herself with. As you saw from the intro campaign, 91% of her staffers leave. Even now as vice president, she still struggles with the same stuff. It is ridiculous how essentially her campaign is like, I feel like she's trying to, the media, sorry, it's not her. The media is literally trying to thread the needle, right? And you're gonna see that they're not working with a good foundation here with Kamala Harris. So this is why this stuff, this gaslighting they're trying to do in the media is not working. Labor Day's barbecue costs under Biden Harris has skyrocketed on their watch. My bad. It's not only her fault. It's Joe Biden's fault as well. But last person in the room. Oh, that line really gonna bite her in the A. But I digress. I want to highlight, another thing that gives us some insight in her judgment, that she picked Tim Walz, who seems to be criticized no matter, it don't matter what this guy do. he always doing something to mess up. So check out this clip from Megyn Kelly where she's interviewing veterans and their reaction to Tim Walz. Let's take a look.
Why did you come forward?
It is morally indefensible. He didn't care. It was all about him.
He's a military impersonator.
I don't understand how he could do it morally, or he's got absolutely no integrity.
The rumor went across the state that he had quit, and it was like, who the hell does that? I mean, it was just unbelievable that a CSM abandoned his troops, 500 soldiers basically. But beyond that, there's 1,000 parents out there that expect that person to lead those people into combat.
He's a habitual liar. He lies about everything. He lies about stuff that doesn't make sense. You're taking a piece of their thunder and you're trying to capture it and put it in a bottle for yourself and use that for your own benefit.
He basically said, I've got better things to do. Go pick somebody else to go on a mission. Well, if you sold out your guard unit and abandoned them, I mean, what are you going to do at the national level?
Fear is a reaction. Bravery is a decision. And Walz has made the wrong decision. He's not brave. I call him a coward because he is.
Yeah, I don't know why she picked Tim Walz, man. Like, his appeal was supposed to be for veterans, military. He was supposed to help them compete with Trump for the white vote. Because at the end of the day, I gotta let you guys know that the white vote's gonna matter a lot in this election 2024. Donald Trump lost 2020 because he lost some of his white supporters. That's the only reason he lost 2020. Because Trump gained with Hispanic voters, Trump gained with black voters. Imagine that. Trump lost the election because he lost the white vote. He lost some of the white vote. He lost enough of the white vote. That's what decided 2020. But I keep hearing how black women decided the election, minorities decided the election. Nah. Y'all giving the credit to the wrong person. And this is who Walz, is supposed to appeal to. I have not met anyone who said anything nice about Tim Walz. I haven't. I mean, maybe I'm in Florida. Guys, I'm in Florida. Just let you know, I'm in Florida. So when I talk, because that rioting-ish that happened during George Floyd, it didn't happen here. They went to, I think it was Bayside at the time. They did that ish in Bayside one time, and Ron DeSantis was like, nah, I ain't dealing with it. Kristen Welker slammed for lying about Harris's attending the dignifying transfer of 13 fallen soldiers. So I did a video kind of highlighting how the Gold Star family was essentially bashing Kamala Harris because they said you didn't show up, you didn't call. And Kristen Welker, in that clip that I showed in that video, defended Kamala Harris. And this is the problem that I have with the mainstream media, is because they know they're defending a bad candidate here. Right? And I'm going into like more of like an expose. This is what happens when you search up the term Kamala 2020 primary loss. Now, I showed you this article a while ago, right? How Kamala's campaign unraveled by the New York Times. Miss Harris is the only 2020 Democrat who has fallen hard out of the top tier of candidates. She was proven to be an uneven campaigner, and the paywall thing hits me up. But you got enough of the news. Kamala Harris lacks charisma and time, right? Kamala Harris drops out of the 2020 presidential race. Her campaign was a mess. It's still a mess, guys. It's still a mess, right? She's doing different accents, not accents, but she's doing this Detroit accent stuff, right? She's talking about she's tough on the border. Now you got people making threatening videos of look, let's look at look what I bookmarked, guys. Let's talk about the illegal immigration part, because this stuff is a problem. A news report came out from the New York Post detailing how 75% of the arrests made in midtowns are illegals. New York justice system where 75% of arrests are made in midtown are illegals. This is a problem. You want to share this narrative that you're tough on crime. Chicago's getting wind that they're coming over here. They're starting to migrate more over in Chicago. Tim Walz says, haha, these guys are going to find out why they call it Chirac. A Chicago resident posts a warning to Venezuelans taking over Chicago. This ain't Colorado. This is just like where you from. The only difference is we got switches. Uh-oh. They got the blinky for them, boy. Hey, look. Look. This is the kind of I explained it. I think I explained this enough on another video about open borders and how it creates you're literally, people can perceive this as an invasion. Like, remember I said about illegal immigration? Illegal immigration is like you opposing yourself on someone who's not ready to have you, right? Let's say I'm always open to have people at my house, but one day I'm like, yo, I need some personal time. I need to spend time with my family. I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting any guests today, and you still show up. And not only do you show up in front of my door, you break into my house just to be in my, like, just to sit in my house and impose on me. And this is what illegal immigration is doing. You're imposing on us. Brandon Johnson, who a lot of black people elected, $982 million budget deficit because y'all are a sanctuary city, because he's taking care of these illegals. And Kamala Harris wants to say, "Oh no, I'm for illegals." Look at the friction you're causing in your own country by being so negligent on the border. And now you want the top job so you can be negligent as president of the United States? Oh, hell no. Show me your habits and I'll show you your outcomes. Look at her habits. All right? And then you want her in charge of this. That's coming. Look at this. Breaking, a group of 32 armed Venezuelans took over an apartment building in Chicago tonight. This is 6 hours ago. Here's the audio of the 911 dispatch call. First, they did this in Aurora, Colorado, and now Chicago. Which city will be next? The invasion happened on Kamala's watch. Should I play the video? The Windy City. Oh, let's play the video.
Some of the guns, 6124 South King Drive. Caller says 32 Venezuelans are trespassing the building, showing guns in the courtyard, and they have motorcycles.
And here's the funny part is, and this is the part of why I'm so against gun control, because the Chicago residents they're helpless, and the only one who can technically defend themselves or seem like the people who break the law. Oh, we have gun control in Chicago, but Chicago has one of the most highest gun deaths in the nation. Oh, it's because other states, they get the guns from other states and they go into Chicago with that. And you have a wide open border, and you don't think the same thing's gonna happen if you do gun control nationwide? Make it make sense. You literally disarming citizens. You're removing the citizens' ability to properly defend their property, defend themselves. This is why I live in Florida. Castle doctrine. You come in this house, hey, you break in illegally in my house. Yo, this. Let me ask you something. Do you want Kamala Harris to manage this? Punishment for illegal entry into a country. If Hungary, up to 8 years in prison. Italy, community service. Malaysia, corporal punishment. Canada, deportation. We used to do what Canada did. Imagine that. Azerbaijan, 2 years in prison. Bangladesh, 5 years in prison. Belgium, 3 months in prison. Bulgaria, 5 years in prison. United States of America, let me skip this. Look at this. Every punishment, 10 years if you do it in Pakistan. United States, you get a job, driver's license, food stamps, a place to live, healthcare, housing, child benefits, additions, and you can even take over an entire apartment complex in Chicago and Colorado. Show me the incentives, and I'll show you the outcome. This is why I vote based on policy. Policy don't create change. This is why, like, when y'all try to bash me for supporting Trump, call me a cultist, call me, I don't give a damn. I want Trump because his policies will create an incentive that I believe will give a better outcome for America. Because if you put Kamala Harris in this will continue to be the incentive. This is a resident. Listen closely. This is her claim. I can't subsidize this. I can't verify this. I don't live in Chicago. I don't know any personal details. But this is what a Chicago resident is saying is happening right now as these Venezuelans are taking over apartment complexes. Let's take a look.
$1,000 in food stamps and $5,000 in cash money monthly. Every month they're getting that. they're getting 6 months free rent, but this was.
And you wonder why Chicago is in a budget deficit right now. $982 million budget shortfall, because allegedly these Venezuelan immigrants, these illegal immigrants are getting 6 month free rent, money, cash money, as she said. Bro, squandering your tax dollars, crazy. All for what? To essentially replace y'all. I mean, I'm being honest. That's what it is. Replacing y'all. They're going to be the new citizens now. They're trying to make them the new citizens now because they know, okay, they're easy to control. They're not as educated. They don't understand English too well. All we have to do is sell them a bill of lies. They'll believe us, and then we'll stay in power for years and years to come. This is their motive. I already explained it in my video. Democrats benefit from open borders because they see it as importing Democrat voters. And these people are used to a socialist country. They're used to socialism already. So they're used to authority having direct control over their lives. They just see America as a greener pasture. Oh, this is greener pasture. But then they don't know, these people don't know they're being used to literally bring in the same policies and the same destruction that happened into their country they fled. Venezuela being the best example. One time was the richest Latin American country in the world. Venezuela. Yes, Venezuela. Long time ago. And how they squandered it? By voting for the same shit. The same ish that they're giving them right now. All they're missing, that final coup d'etat, that final chef kiss for the Democratic Party, making them citizens. Because if these people become citizens, the Democrats can go, we gave you $15,000. We gave you 6 month free rent. You owe us. And this is how America gets descended into socialism. I mean, am I lying? I don't even finish playing the video, man. Because this is the outcome we're going against. They're pulling out all the stops to make sure Donald Trump don't got a chance in hell to win. This is what they're saying about her in 2020. 2020. No charisma, lacks time. Her campaign was a mess. NBC was saying this. Her campaign was a mess. Now in 2024, they're gushing over her. They're like, oh my God, she's such a good speaker. First woman president. She's the most qualified president. They said the same thing about Hillary, by the way. She's the most qualified presidential candidate ever. Hey, man. Hey, look, I'm just saying, hey, look, at the end of the day, I can blame politicians only so far because politicians wouldn't be able to get away with what they're doing if it wasn't for the American voter as well. Like I said, incentives work both ways. People complain about, oh, these are our choices. America's a joke. Hey, you're a joke. Because then their own politicians are merely a representation of the culture. If you wanted policy, smart, eloquent politicians, you would vote for that. But y'all didn't. Democrats, y'all didn't even have a primary. Y'all they propped up somebody. They say, hey, here's the next figurehead president, Kamala Harris. As I already shown you, no talent. Unraveled a bad track record. She ran a campaign on her own. She couldn't even make it. And then you want to get mad at conservatives when we call her a machine candidate. She learned from the best, Joe Biden. How to be a figurehead. How to be a puppet. President in name only. That's what's going to be her nickname when she wins. If she wins, that's what I'm going to call her. President in name only. Because right now, what? Joe Biden's in vacation 16 days. He talked at her thing in Detroit. Bro, we like, who's running the country? Who knows? But hey, I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? I'd like to hear it all in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching to end the video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.